Hi, I'm Lily Maggard with Christian Cornerstone Counseling.
And I'm Grace Jones.
Hi, Grace.
Hi.
Hi, Grant. Nice to meet you. Okay, first thing I gotta tell you guys about our confidentiality agreement. Anything that we talk about here is just between us, with a few exceptions. If there is allegations of suspected child abuse, elder abuse, or threat to harm yourself or someone else, I'm mandated to report that. Do you have any questions regarding that? Okay. So can you tell me what brings me out here today?
Grant's father and I just went through a divorce, and he is, we're not communicating very well, and his grades are beginning to suffer at school, and I'm really concerned because that's not the norm for him.
Okay. Grant, do you agree with
She's
that?
not listening.
She doesn't listen to
She
you?
doesn't care you.
Okay. How does that make you feel when he says that, Grace?
Well, it hurts my feelings because I'm working since the divorce, I'm working longer hours. I'm tired, and I feel like I'm doing the best that I can. And this is hard when you do the best you can and you just still feel like you're failing.
Grant, how do you feel hearing your mom say that?
It hurts, but she doesn't want to consider anyone else as well but her.
Okay, well, I'm sure, like I say, the divorce, I guess, is hard. It's hard on everybody. Would you say has it benefited if you, I guess, how do you feel about your divorce?
Well, the marriage was difficult. It took years to get to the point that we felt that it was time to go our separate ways. It was best for us. But I know Grant, it's not been as easy for him as it was for us.
So when did you start noticing the behavioral differences? I guess, is there anything you could tie it to as a trigger, or?
When we separated and his dad moved out was when, to me, teenagers are teenagers, but it seemed to get drastically worse when his dad moved out.
Okay. Grant, would you agree? Is that when you
Yeah.
feel the behavior started? Okay. Now, what do you two think how would I be helpful to you?
Help us to communicate better. Help us both to understand why his school is suffering, because, of course, school is important. He's going to be going to college soon, so his grades are very important. So, and I'm very concerned with the grades, and then, like I said, the communication.
Now, do you understand the consequences of your grades if you don't try, and how that affects going to college and your acceptance in? Do you want to go to college?
Yeah.
Do you know what it takes to get in? You want to have a minimum GPA, so your grades really are important. Okay, what about support systems?
Well, I mean, for myself, we go to church. I have church. I have my parents and my siblings.
That's good. What about you, Grant? Do you have any support systems that help you?
Yeah. Friends.
Your friends?
Stuff like that.
Do they help you? Are you able to talk to them and hang
Yeah.
out with them and maybe talk about some of the things that bother you?
Yeah, more than she does.
Or do you feel like your mom just doesn't listen to you?
Yeah, she doesn't. If there's something that you come with her that she doesn't agree with, then it doesn't exist.
Grace, how do you feel about that?
It's hard. I think hard for any parent for their child to feel that they're not listening and their opinion's not valued, and no parent wants to feel that their child doesn't feel loved or listened to. It's hard.
It is, and I can understand sometimes it's hard, I guess, in having to process some of the feelings, going through a divorce and with your dad. Now, is your dad, do you get to see your dad often, or is he still in the picture?
Go to his house every weekend.
Every weekend? Well, that's good. So it sounds like that would be time that you could spend with your dad. Can you talk to your dad very much? Is it something that you guys have
Sometimes.
the
but
relationship?
Not really that much.
So what do you think are some goals? What would you like to see happen?
I would like for us to have, of course, better communication. I want him to know that I'm here, that I'm listening to whatever he's saying. I do value his opinion. I just want him to know that I'm here no matter what, and that he can talk to me even if he thinks he can't, he can.
Well, Grant, do you hear what your mom's saying? Can you
Yeah.
kind of put yourself in her shoes? And some of the requests are some things that you may want to do or want to, might not be appropriate. So there's maybe a reason your mom won't let you do some things. I think there's some things that we can definitely work on. Communication skills, there's some different things that we can learn and help you to better increase your communication between the two of you. Is that something you would be interested in? So communication, what else would you like to work on?
Or listening.
Listening skills?
Yeah.
Do you think that could go both ways?
Probably.
So,
It's not probably, it's likely.
most likely. Well, that's a strength right there that you are able to acknowledge. Maybe that's something you need to work on. That's a really good thing.
I'm sorry, it's hard to know what to say when you're a child, when you don't know how to help your child.
Well, in a way, I'm hearing you say that it's somewhat at a loss. Maybe you feel that you just really don't know. You're trying everything that you know to do, but something may not feel like it's enough.
Yeah, I don't feel like it's enough at all.
And now, what about like working? Are you working?
Yeah.
How are you balancing work and motherhood with the divorce? It's a lot to deal with.
Of course, since the divorce, I have to work more hours than what I did before because of the difference in the income. I feel like I'm torn because I need to work more hours to compensate for the lack of income since the divorce. But then I feel like when I work, it puts a distance between he and I and makes that division more than what is already there because I have less time with him. And it's kind of, you just feel like it's a lose-lose situation.
Okay, what about child support?
I do get child support, but it's still not the same as having two full incomes.
Well, I just wonder if there was any programs or anything that we can look on the legal side to kind of help you to alleviate some of that having to work so much, or something to kind of balance out. So, I guess behavioral wise, how do you normally? Is there what kind of punishment, or how do you deal with his behaviors when he's acting out?
I usually, I take his cell phone, I take his iPad, and I restrict his use to internet only to school, but it's all supervised. So basically, I take his electronics.
You ground it.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. It does help with some kids. It really does. So, do you understand why your mom has to implement the punishments when you have you choose bad behavior, or when you're acting out? So, what do you think would make you want to do better? Is there anything? I guess this is going to sound a little crazy. Okay. If you go to bed tonight and a miracle happened, and you woke up tomorrow What would your life look like if this miracle happened to take care of everything?
Well, we would be able to talk better, and it's such a paradox, but I would also have more freedom and distance.
Okay, what do you mean by distance?
Her not constantly berating me on things and being in space all the time. And we deal with things my own way.
Okay.
When you say distance, you mean more give you space rather than distance. Space is the more accurate word you're meaning, right?
Okay. So, how do you feel about his answer to the miracle question here?
I don't have a problem giving him space as long as he can prove to me that he is doing his schoolwork, he's respecting boundaries and his responsibilities. If he can do those things, I will give him more space. If I feel that he's troubled or he's not handling things well, I am going to be more in his life to try to help him.
Okay. Does that sound fair?
Yeah.
Okay, so I think there's a plan I think we can put together, working on these communications, and you've already given some things of like what your mom is suggesting. You know, you kind of step up and do some of the things, follow the rules, then you get to earn some of those privileges back. The consequences, if you don't, are you're going to lose those privileges. How does that fair to you?
Yeah.
Well, I think that we can work on things if you guys are interested. We can set up an appointment and we can come back out and we can continue to work on some different techniques to maybe work things out and help to increase the communication between you two. There's some things that you and I can work on that would help that too.
That would be great.
Sound good?
Mm.
So, you're in agreement?
Yeah.
All right, sounds good. Well, guys, I will get back to you and let you know when the follow-up appointment will be. And in the meantime, feel free to call us at the center. Okay? Thank you.
Thank you. It's nice meeting you.
Nice to meet you, Grant.
You too.